Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that might sound a bit like something from an economics class, but trust me, it affects every single one of us in our daily lives. We're talking about money. Specifically, why having cash circulate is so much better for everyone than just hoarding it. Let's break down this big idea into something simple and see how it impacts you, your community, and the whole economy. So, what do we mean by cash accumulation versus cash circulation? Imagine you have $100. Cash accumulation is like taking that $100, putting it in a shoebox and sliding it under your bed. It's safe, it's yours, but it's not doing anything. It's just sitting there, gathering dust. On the other hand, cash circulation is taking that same $100 and spending it. You buy groceries, you get a haircut, you fill up your gas tank. That money is now moving. Let's use a simple story to illustrate this. Picture a small, self-contained town with just a few people: a baker, a farmer, a carpenter, and a tailor. Let's say the farmer has a $100 bill. He's been saving it, keeping it tucked away. For a while, nothing much happens in the town. The farmer has his money, but the baker can't sell much bread. The carpenter has no new projects, and the tailor isn't making any new clothes. The town feels stagnant. Now, imagine the farmer decides he needs a new table. He takes his $100 and gives it to the carpenter. The carpenter now has $100. She's been wanting a new dress, so she goes to the tailor and buys one. The tailor now has the $100. He's been craving some fresh bread and pastries, so he goes to the baker and spends the money there. The baker now has the $100. He needs some flour and eggs to keep his bakery running, so he goes to the farmer and buys supplies. And what just happened? The $100 bill is right back where it started, with the farmer. But look at the difference. The carpenter built a table and made a sale. The tailor made and sold a dress. The baker sold his goods. And the farmer sold his produce. Everyone in the town provided a service, earned money, and was able to buy things they needed. The town is now buzzing with activity. Wealth wasn't just held, it was created. That single $100 bill facilitated $400 worth of economic activity. That, in a nutshell, is the power of circulation. When money is just sitting there, it's like a parked car. It has potential, but it's not taking anyone anywhere. When it circulates, it's like that same car driving around town, dropping people off, picking people up, delivering goods. It's serving its purpose. Every time that money changes hands, it represents a transaction. Someone provided a good or a service, and someone else received it. This exchange is the very heartbeat of an economy. Let's scale this up from our small town to the real world. When millions of people decide to save their money and not spend it, say, because they're worried about the future, it can cause the entire economy to slow down. Businesses see their sales drop. If people aren't buying cars, car companies make fewer cars. That means they might have to lay off factory workers. Those workers now have less money to spend, so they stop going to restaurants or buying new clothes. This causes restaurants and clothing stores to struggle, and they might have to lay off their employees. It creates a domino effect. This is often called the paradox of thrift. While saving is a good personal habit, if everyone does it at the same time, it can harm the collective economy. On the flip side, when people are confident in spending, money flows freely. You go out to eat. The restaurant owner uses that money to pay their staff, their suppliers, and their rent. The waiter you tipped uses that money to buy a ticket to a movie. The movie theater uses that money to pay its employees. And so on. Your single act of spending creates a ripple effect that supports countless jobs and businesses. Think about it in terms of a business. A successful business doesn't just accumulate cash in a vault. They reinvest it. They use their profits to hire more employees, to open new locations, to improve their products, or to invest in new technology. This reinvestment is a form of circulation. It creates jobs and spurs innovation, which benefits everyone. If a company just sat on its cash, it would eventually be overtaken by competitors who were actively investing and growing. This principle is also why governments and central banks are so concerned with the flow of money. During an economic downturn, they often take steps to encourage spending. They might lower interest rates to make it cheaper for people and businesses to borrow money and spend it. They might also implement stimulus programs, directly giving money to people with the hope that they will go out and spend it, jump-starting that cycle of circulation. The goal is to get the money that's sitting on the sidelines back into the game. Now, I want to be very clear about something. This is not an argument against personal saving. Saving money for an emergency, for retirement, or for a big purchase like a house is incredibly important. Financial security is crucial. The key is balance. The problem isn't saving. The problem is hoarding. It's when money is taken out of the system entirely, with no plan to put it back in. Healthy personal finance is about managing the flow of your money. Money comes in from your job or business. Some of it flows out to cover your daily expenses and bills. Some of it should flow into savings and investments. Those savings and investments aren't just sitting under a mattress. When you put money in a savings account, the bank doesn't just let it sit there. They lend it out to other people who want to buy a house or start a business. When you invest in the stock market, you're providing capital for companies to grow and expand. So even your savings and investments are a form of circulation, just a different kind. They are part of the system, helping to fuel economic activity. The real cash accumulation that harms the economy is what we call dead money. This is cash that is not being spent, saved in a bank, or invested. It's literally just sitting there, doing nothing. It contributes nothing to the economic well-being of the community. Let's look at another example. Imagine two neighborhoods. In neighborhood A, everyone is very frugal. They keep their cash at home. Their houses are a bit run down because they don't want to spend money on repairs. The local shops are struggling because nobody is buying much. The park is overgrown because there's no money for maintenance. There's a general sense of stagnation. Now, look at neighborhood B. People here also save, but they also spend within their community. They hire local gardeners. They eat at the neighborhood cafe. They shop at the local stores. Because money is circulating, businesses are thriving. They can afford to hire more people from the neighborhood. Property values might go up because the neighborhood is a desirable place to live. The whole community feels more vibrant and prosperous. It's the same amount of money initially, but its movement creates a completely different reality. So, what's the big takeaway for you? First, understand that your spending has power. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. When you support a local business, you're helping your neighbor keep their dream alive. You're contributing to the vibrancy of your own community. Your spending is part of a larger ecosystem. Second, think about your own finances in terms of flow. Is your money moving in a healthy way? Is it covering your needs, allowing for some wants, and being put to work for your future through savings and investments? Avoid the temptation to just let cash pile up without a purpose. Give every dollar a job. Some dollars have the job of buying you coffee. Others have the job of growing in an investment account for your retirement. But no dollar should have the job of just sitting around doing nothing. The economy isn't some abstract machine that runs on its own. It's a collection of people. It's all of us, making decisions every day. The decision to participate, to exchange, to spend, and to invest is what keeps it alive and well. A circulating currency is like blood in the body. It needs to flow to deliver nutrients and keep everything functioning. When it stops flowing, the system starts to fail. So, the next time you pay for a coffee, buy a book from a local author, or invest a small amount in a company you believe in, remember that you're not just getting something in return. You are an active participant in a vast, interconnected network. You're passing the baton. You're helping a farmer, a carpenter, a baker, and a tailor. You're keeping the heart of the economy beating. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this gives you a new perspective on the money that passes through your hands every day. It's more than just paper or numbers on a screen. It's a tool for building a better, more prosperous world for everyone. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more content just like this. See you in the next video. In the